ESL Readings for Global Citizens, Book 1. This audio reading is available in written form. Look for the ebook ESL Readings for Global Citizens, Book 1 by L.M. Peralt, published through Smashwords. Suggestions for ESL learners. Listen to the audio track and then complete the activities. Note that Task 6 requires a speaking partner. If necessary, listen to the main reading several times. Compare your answers to the suggested responses found on the last few slides. A brief history of ancient money. Have you ever wondered how early societies managed before adopting standardized bills and coins? We know that many early cultures bartered, exchanged items for other commodities of equal value within their tribe. Once tribal members learned to trust in neighboring clans, bartering spread. As demand for a more extensive variety of goods increased, it expanded even further. By 100 CE, it was so widespread that China regularly traded goods with far-off Rome. The transition from bartering to money didn't happen immediately. Before coins and notes, many civilized societies used food items as money. They gave a value to, for example, a sack of wheat, and then used it as a standard unit of exchange. Typically, landowners would pay taxes with sacks of grain, and rulers would pay their armies from these grain stores. Greek and Roman soldiers were paid with bags of wheat or barley. Japanese warriors were compensated with rice. Although grain was a standard method of payment, in other parts of the world, different food items were valued. One interesting example can be found in South America. The Maya civilization used the cacao bean as a standard unit of exchange. The earliest European visitors to the area were astonished to see an entire economy based on the value of a bean. Grains and beans were not the only mediums of exchange, though. In some early Asian civilizations, a shell was accepted as cash. In fact, shells were so commonly used as currency that their influence can still be seen today. In the contemporary Chinese script, the word for money includes the stylized Chinese character for shell. Asians weren't the only ones to trade in shells. Some Native Americans highly prized certain types of shells for their beauty. Tribal artisans used stone drill bits to bore holes into the shells and then strung them together. One reason that the Native American shell was such an effective unit of exchange was that its production could be controlled, because making them requires specialized tools and skills. The process took time and talent, which naturally limited the quantity that could be produced. Grains, beans, or shells, in the long run, none of these monetary units were sustainable. Grains worked well until floods or droughts caused famine. During periods of low yields, empires faced a dual problem. Rulers could neither feed their people nor pay their armies. Whereas low grain yields ruined some empires, excessive production of processed shells ended the indigenous American shell economy. The native tribes lost control over the production of their shell currency when steel drills were introduced. It then became possible for crude shells to be produced in vast quantities by many different people. So you can see inflation isn't just a modern problem. Hundreds of years ago, it brought an end to Native American shell economies. One might think that in the 21st century there wouldn't be a need for bartering. However, during one economic slowdown in Japan, the small town of Yufuin created its own unit of exchange to help its local economy. Over 100 members exchanged a script they called Yufu, which was accepted in lieu of money for taxi rides, haircuts, or at participating stores and restaurants. As with earlier bartering societies, trust was crucial to the success of the Yufu. Listen for main idea and details. Number 1. What is the main idea of this reading? Number 2. Based on context, what does compensated mean? Number 3. What two problems related to bartering are mentioned? Number 4. Explain what a yufu is.
Right. Number 5. In your own words, write a one-sentence summary of the reading.
Discuss the topic. Number 6. Imagine that your town wants to start its own bartering system. What might be used as a unit of exchange? Who might participate in this program? Take a few minutes to prepare some notes and then discuss your ideas with a partner.